So the preliminary road accident statistics for the midpoint of the festive season are showing an increase of 142% compared to the same time last year. Transport Minister Fikile a short while ago saying that more than 2,600 people have also been arrested for various offences. For reaction on this developing story, let's bring in Professor Hennie Klopper, who's with the Association for the Protection of Road Accident Victims. Prof, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks very much indeed for making time. Quite the figure, that 142%, a spike in the number of accidents we've been able to see. I wonder what we should make, though, of the fatalities that we've also seen in the last couple of weeks, in a context where more than a quarter of them are actually pedestrians.
Good morning to you and all the people listening in. The problem is that the focus of the government on road safety is seasonal. It's usually over the Easter period and then over Christmas. And it's not very a valid reason or a valid way of looking at fatalities by looking at the fatalities over these periods. Because if you look at the whole picture, you will see that the fatalities on our roads are a continuing problem, and they happen every day, not just over Christmas and the festive season. And the government's approach to road safety is seasonal. You will not hear anything about road safety any time of the year other than over the festive season, over Easter and Christmas period. That's the one point. If you should take the average over the whole year, the statistics over the festive season pales into insignificance, because every day 38 people are killed on our roads, every day, not just over Christmas or during Easter, but every day 38 people. Some people are injured, something like 500,000 people are injured on our roads. The road crashes cost our country something like 174 billion rand per year. Nonetheless, the government still persists with the approach to road safety of making it a focus point over Christmas and
Sure.
over the festive season in April and May.
Right. Prof, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I mean, are you essentially saying that the monitoring of, the situation on the roads during the festive season is a futile exercise when you consider what takes place every other time of the year?
Yeah. If you just consider that people drive for 99% of the time they do not drive on the main routes. They drive around town. And statistics shows that people are killed within a radius of 60 kilometers where they live. Then having roadblocks and the kind of actions that we have, although it can be helpful to an extent, in the bigger picture is not the way to go. You have to have consistent 365 days in the year road safety campaign. Although they say they do that, but you don't do that.
Right. There certainly isn't as much of an attention. Sorry to interrupt you there. I was just going to say there certainly isn't as much of a fanfare around these road stats at every other time of the year. I'm just keeping one eye on the clock, Prof, and I wanted to ask you whether or not, as ordinary South Africans, we should be pleased with the level of training that some of the officers have received over time, because interestingly enough, when we get these stats, we don't really get a sense of how the officers themselves are behaving on the road.
Yeah, that is also a problem. When you look at the law enforcement, road traffic law enforcement, the World Health Organization rates our country at 30%. So there is no enforcement, and as far as enforcement is concerned, the capacity to enforce road traffic rules is also lacking. We've got about 18,000 road traffic officers full-time nationally. We need 100,000. We've got one traffic officer for every 8,000 licensed driver. So it is a real problem until such time that the government takes road safety seriously and does not think it is a thing that you do over Easter and Christmas. For so long, we're going to sit with this problem.
Sure.
The government has now pinned its hope on the introduction of ARTA in January. But you must realize that for ARTA to be a success, there must be enforcement.
Absolutely. Professor Hennie Klopper is with the Association for the Protection of Road Accident Victims. Prof, once again, thanks very much indeed for your initial reaction. I imagine much more reaction will be forthcoming throughout the course of the morning. For now, thanks very much indeed.